There have been several apologies and statements that have been issued from the university, pledges to do better in certain areas,
sure,
including communication. To what extent do you feel that you share in the responsibility and can help improve sideline communication?
Well, I think from the start, you always take, when you're a leader, you got to take responsibility, and I take responsibility for our student athletes, and I would take it for their health and welfare. But I'll also make clear that, I don't make decisions when injuries, and that shouldn't be a coach's decision. That's why we have some of the best trainers, some of the best doctors in the country. We're fortunate here at Michigan because those are the type of people we attract, and they will unchallenged have the authority to make those decisions.
Hey, Coach, just were you caught off by David Brandon's statement? It seemed like some of the information that he released totally conflicted with some of the stuff that you said on Monday.
I don't think so. I think they worked very hard, on getting it right in the statement. I think when you talk about evaluating the different things that we need to evaluate, I think that was all handled in the statement.
Coach, I know you answered this on Monday, but there's been a statement since put out by the university about the fact that there will be certain areas looked at, ways to improve communication. Will you wear a headset more regularly starting this weekend?
Yeah, no, I won't, Joe. I really, and that's, something that I've explained a lot. It allows me to coach guys on the sideline. I've got a guy right behind me who is telling me everything that I need to know as far as that's concerned. But I think it helps when you want to be hands-on and a hands-on coach. Both coordinators are on the field. I have great respect for both of those guys and how they prepare our defense and our offense, and also in the information that we talk about there on the sidelines.
Okay. Brady, you mentioned the statement earlier from Dave. Did you at all feel, given what it seemed like you knew or seemed like you expected was happening on Monday, did you at all feel sort of hung out to dry there by him at all in the way that he handled that the rest of the day?
And someone else asked me that, Kyle, not at all. I believe this. Number one, the statement covers, what we all have done to go through this. Secondly, I think, Dave Brandon and I have a great relationship. Relationship that's built on trust, it's been built on integrity, it's been built on character. We also understand the leadership and the roles of leadership that we both have. I think Dave, being a former player here and playing for Coach Schembechler, I think obviously he understands those expectations that we all have. And that is, we want to win football games, we want to mentor kids so that they learn great life lessons, and we want to do it representing Michigan with high integrity and high character.
So then when you came and talked with us on Monday, you said to your knowledge that she had no concussion, and you said you hadn't spoken with Dave on Sunday or Saturday or prior on Monday. Is that in fact the case?
Well, it's all in the statement. I believe it's all in there.
So you're standing by what you told us then on Monday at 12:30?
What I'm telling you, it's all in the statement.
Chris?
Back up. Coach, can you just talk about your biggest concern about pass protection so far with the offensive line? Is there one thing that concerns you the most?
No, and I touched on this a little bit the other day. Chris, we've got to do a better job as 11 playing together, or 11 playing as one. We've cut some guys loose because we were a little over aggressive. We've cut some guys loose because we haven't picked it up the right way from a backfield standpoint, and then we've cut some guys loose, or the quarterback hasn't stepped up in the pocket and really used the pocket. And then there's also a route that's not run, a hot that's not read. So, we've got fundamentally those things are what we've been really concentrating on when you look at the football end of it.
Obviously, there's been a lot of negativity, as you know, around this program. A, how are you dealing with it? And then I guess the second thing is, what's your message to Michigan fans that this is still salvageable, that things are going to be different, that you are the right guy for this job?
Well, that's a question that I'm sure always has to be answered. But the one thing I can tell you, our attitude in this building, our attitude as players, I think the way their work ethic is and how they've gone about every day that they've been in here, it's been unbelievably positive. We all understand we've got to be better. We all understand frustration because we all have frustration. But at the same time, there's 115 young men who are busting their butt to represent this program just like the coaches are.
Do you think it's been fair, though, some of the reaction that you've...
I don't look at that stuff. You can tell me that stuff. I don't look at that. I never have, win or lose. You got a job to do. And that's with 115 young kids.